Today we're going to discuss the fastest character in the My Hero Academia universe and the #2 hero, Hawks. We're going to explain everything from his quirk to his philosophy, his childhood, and also explain how he became the youngest hero ever to reach the top 10 in the hero rankings. But before we begin, if you clicked on this video, then you'd probably be intrigued by some of the other stuff I've put out. I do one video a week. I'm trying to reach 100 subscribers, so I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Also, just a final thing, this video has no plot spoilers for the manga, so if you're anime only, then you are safe here. Okay, let's get into it, shall we? When Hawks was around 6 years old, he saved an entire family from a high-speed car accident. From that day forward, the people he saved vowed to financially support Hawks and his family, believing that Hawks had to become a hero. Now, at only 18 years old, Hawks started his own hero agency, and by the second half of that same year, he was already ranked in the top 10 heroes. This made him not just the youngest hero to break into the top 10, but also the fastest person to ever do so, earning him the nickname of the man who goes too fast. Given that the hero rankings are determined not just on how popular you are, but on how many people you save, it's safe to say that to climb the hero rankings as quickly as Hawks did, he would have been very, very active. And what really makes this crazy is the fact that Hawks himself freely admits that he'd rather be down in the lower ranks so that he could be free from scrutiny and kind of, have less of the pressure of being a top hero. That means that this guy isn't even trying to be ranked highly. Just think about that. He's not even trying, but yet he was in the top 10 before he was even 19 years old. Hawks is one of the only top heroes explicitly stated to not have attended UA, which is pretty interesting considering that he was a child prodigy. Also, unlike most young aspiring heroes, Hawks never considered himself to be a big All Might fan, and actually preferred to stan Endeavor, due to the fact that Endeavor was the only one trying to surpass All Might. And if you realized, in this flashback of Hawks, we actually see him wearing an Endeavor jumper, which is a pretty cool Easter egg, considering that Hawks is now the #2 hero directly behind Endeavor. Now moving on to his quirk. Despite looking like he just has a pair of wings, this is actually one of the most versatile quirks in the world of My Hero Academia, and it has a lot of layers to it. His mutation quirk is called Fierce Wings, and to start with, it grants him a pair of giant bright red wings. But beyond that, he can simultaneously manipulate each feather using telekinesis. So using his mind, he can shoot out different feathers in various directions to perform their own individual tasks. What's more, the feathers he carries are incredibly strong, with each feather being powerful enough to carry a single person, or even heavier objects than that. And if he shoots the feathers off, they can be reattached back onto his wings as long as they haven't been destroyed. His feathers do vary in strength, however. Some of them are even strong enough to be used as swords, and we've seen Hawks use them to literally slice enemies in half, whereas other feathers are more flexible and more typical of what we would see in reality. Additionally, each feather can feel the vibrations in the air, which enhances Hawks' own senses, allowing him to detect people and objects around him. If you look at this panel, we can see that Hawks can detect even the tiniest of sounds, such as the rustling of people's clothes inside a battle zone. That's even more impressive than like Spidey sense or anything like that. Now, the only drawback I could say that Fierce Wings has is that if too many feathers are detached, it limits his ability to fly, obviously, and he has to wait for 2 whole days for the main wings to grow back. But just to be clear, he's actually very smart and would never really exhaust all his wings unless it was 100% necessary. The reason being is that his quirk doesn't actually enhance his overall strength, so without his wings he's pretty useless. Now moving on to his philosophy. One of the reasons that Hawks is the best new character in My Hero Academia, in my opinion, is due to his carefree personality. He's someone who always says what's on his mind, no matter what other people think. Furthermore, because he's so carefree, he wants to live in a society where heroes basically have tons of free time because there is virtually no crime, which is probably what most heroes want, right? But Hawks is different, because to achieve that goal, he's actually willing to go to extreme lengths and do things that are, to be honest, downright evil. Despite clearly having a good heart, to achieve a villain-free society in which heroes basically don't have to work too much, Hawks has done things that I know for a fact Deku or All Might would never do, ever. And I say Deku or All Might because during the course of this show, I think it's fairly certain to say that those two characters have most of the heart of a hero. But regardless of this, Hawks is still only 22 years old, so he has a lot to learn, and he is idolized by a lot of aspiring heroes, not least Takami. He's actually taken Takami on for 2 different internships, and seems to take a liking to him because they're both birds, but due to Hawks being so just insanely fast, Takami could barely keep up with him during the internship. And that, my friends, was Hawks Explained in 3 or 4 minutes. Actually, I think that might have been 2 minutes. I have to check back after I finish recording this. He's going to be making his first anime appearance in the new My Hero Academia movie coming out in December. But in terms of regular seasons, I don't think we'll see him in season 4, which is why I encourage every anime-only viewer to at least have a read of the manga if you really want to know more about this amazing character. And finally, subscribe to the channel if you like this video. I would really appreciate it, and I'm trying to reach 100 subs by the end of October, and I really think it's possible if everyone who watched this video subscribes to my channel. As usual, shout out to everyone who retweeted my last video. Their Twitter handle should be on the screen right now, and I'll see you next week. Peace.